Bom, cá estou eu aqui com a minha Mona, depois de ter perdido 50-50 da Narida. E hoje nós vamos startar o encontro com a Layla. As Estrelas Silenciosas. Let's go. Vamos até a academia dar uma malhada. Piada óbvia.
Ele é esquizofrênico, é assim mesmo.
Ah, cara, de novo isso, mano. Ô, jogo, bora carregar direito, por favor, cara. Olha isso aqui, mano. De novo isso, velho. Essa palhaçada. Carrega direito essa merda aí, pô.
Maybe I should just go back.
Oi, moça.
We meet again.
Oi, oi.
Sorry, but I don't really have time to chat right now.
Que aconteceu?
I was originally looking up some information at the House of Dana, but the more I read, the more I realized that my thesis is horribly lacking.
Ah, não diga isso, moça. Eita. Torturada pelos seus pensamentos ansiosos, a quantidade de estresse de Layla mostra seu estado mental atual. Esse valor muda com o progresso da história. Identifique a situação com cuidado antes de fazer sua escolha. Vi!
I should have been done with the first draft of my thesis by now, but I've barely written a third.
E o que você vai fazer agora?
Well, I guess I have to keep looking up as much info as possible. I shouldn't give up now. But who am I kidding? Maybe I'm not cut out to be a researcher. Maybe I shouldn't have come to the academia in the first place. All I've done is cause trouble for my advisor and classmates.
Isso é coisa da sua cabeça, moça.
I should probably notify my advisor sooner than later, so he can focus his attention on the other students. No, I don't even have the guts to bring it up, and I haven't completely given up yet.
Bom, você tem tempo ainda, né?
To be honest, I haven't slept a wink for days. Just thinking about the awful state of my thesis keeps me up at night. Lack of sleep hinders my ability to focus, and if I can't focus, I can't do any proper research or thinking. I'm stuck in a vicious cycle.
Coitada da Layla.
I've seen the caliber of the other academia students. They're all geniuses and fast learners. I'm nowhere near as gifted as they are.
A Layla me lembra um pouco eu quando eu ainda tava na escola.
If it wasn't for someone who's been helping me out, my advisor probably would have kicked me out of the darshan by now.
E esse alguém é um bom amigo seu?
No. All my friends are back home. I'm the only one who got to come study at the academia. This might sound strange, but I actually don't know who's been helping me. I don't even know if they're a person or not.
Como assim você não sabe?
Due to my lack of sleep, I sometimes get dizzy and faint when I'm stressed out. Yeah, but oddly enough, when I wake up, all the things I was stressing over are taken care of.
Ah, entendi. O sonambulismo dela.
My homework's somehow finished before the deadline, and my papers are perfectly written. But that's not all. My flowers are watered, laundry's done, even my broken camera was fixed.
Oxi, ô louco.
I really don't know what's going on, but for now, I'm calling the phenomenon a blessing from the stars. Maybe the stars above decided to help out after seeing all the effort I put into my research. If that's even possible.
Parece bem extraordinário.
But there's no point in me studying at the academia if I keep relying on this mysterious phenomenon. It comes down to my own efforts improving one step at a time. How else can I honor my parents and live up to the expectations of everyone who knows me?
Faz sentido, o esforço que você faz é igualmente importante.
Oh no, I've already spent too much time chatting. I still haven't made much headway on my thesis. At this rate, I'll need the Wisdom Seelie's help.
Você acabou de dizer que queria depender apenas dos seus próprios esforços.
Yes, but time's of the essence, so I have to take what I can get. Oh, sorry. I'm just making excuses. But the Wisdom Seelie is truly amazing and freely shares its endless knowledge.
A Seelie da Sabedoria? Como assim?
If you want its help, all you have to do is write down your question and you'll get a response a short while later.
Não é alguém que tá se mantendo anônimo?
No one knows who or what it actually is. It's just known as the Wisdom Seelie. But getting an answer all comes down to the Seelie's mood. Sometimes it'll only give you a vague answer or play tricks on you. I'm pretty sure a researcher wouldn't do something like that.
Eu tenho certeza que... Olha, é 70% de chance que pode ser algum pesquisador, sim. Famoso golpe.
Right now is hope that it helps me.
E a sua bênção?
Who knows if it'll happen this time? I can't put all my eggs in one basket. Trying my luck with another phenomenon is better than doing nothing.
Parece meio duvidoso, mas vou dar uma olhada em você. Com você.
But I don't want to take up your time.
Tenho medo de que você vai desmaiar de cansaço.
Miserável é um baiano.
Sorry for the bother. You're too kind. Okay, let's go give it a try. I've already prepared my question for the Seelie. I just hope it can help me get through this predicament. Among the countless legends surrounding the House of Dana, the Wisdom Seelie is one of the more popular ones lately.
Ok.
It hasn't been around for long, but word of the Seelie's existence spread like wildfire. Many people have claimed that they've received a reply from it. So, it should probably help me as well, right?
Se tá ajudando outras pessoas, deve ser muito difícil te ajudar também não. Existe algum tipo de ritual de invocação?
Any funny antics in the House of Dana will get you escorted out, or perhaps thrown out. Let's split up and ask around about the Seelie. Hopefully someone knows something more.
Beleza, bora investigar. Perguntar pro Rabá. O Arraba. Não, o nome do cara.
Excuse me? Have you ever heard of the Wisdom Seelie?
You've come to the right person. I came across this legend not too long ago myself. After hearing about it, I decided to test it out and asked it a question about the brightness of the stars. 2 days later, I got a response. It included 2 pages of detailed and accurate information. It saved me from having to look up a ton of resources.
Really?
Yeah, so I submitted another question a few days ago. I still haven't received a reply, though.
That sounds like what others have said. But I don't have the time to wait for a reply if the Seelie doesn't answer right away. Whatever. Can you please tell me how to submit a question to the Wisdom Seelie?
It's quite simple. Go to the bookshelf over there and find either Theoretical Astrology or a quick reference guide to astrology cases.
Oh, I know where those are. My Darshan has us use those 2 books quite often.
Okay, so write your question in a letter addressed to the Wisdom Seelie, and then insert the letter into one of the books. Come back in a day or 2, and if you see a red stamp on your letter, that means the Wisdom Seelie has replied. However, if the stamp never appears, then that means the Seelie doesn't want to answer your question.
I see. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go write down my question. Hopefully the Seelie replies.
É bem simples até. Esquisito. Achei que podia ser um processo um pouco mais complicado.
She probably won't hear back in time.
Também acho.
Eu também.
There's no
Coitado da
harm in
Layla.
trying. Now let's see if it's in the mood to answer your question.
Tá, cheguei aqui na estante. Vamos colocar a cartinha.
Finally. I wrote out my question and put it in the book.
E o que a gente faz agora?
Wait, I guess. Let's give it some time. I'll come back tomorrow to check on it. Don't worry about me if you have other things to do.
Não. Eu vou com você.
I see. Thanks. Alright then. Let's meet up here tomorrow. I really hope the Seelie replies. Time to look at the letter. Please let there be a stamp. Please let there be a stamp.
E...
There's a red stamp on it. The Seelie responded. Fantastic.
que bonitinho.
This is wonderful. My troubles are at an end. I can't even begin to express how grateful I am. Let's take a look at what it wrote.
Vixe, quer ver que tem algo esquisito escrito aí?
Thank you for your letter. Though I have extended a response, I cannot answer your query due to your questionable motives.
Motivos questionáveis, oxe.
Questionable motives? Me? Wait, huh? Okay, let's see. Completing a thesis requires independent thought and work. You planned on using my knowledge to complete your paper's most critical portions. That's not right.
Descobriu as intenções dela, coitada.
However, considering that your deadline is fast approaching and that there is substance to the content in the completed sections of your thesis, I've decided to help you nonetheless. Follow the hints I've left, and you will find the answer to your question. Consider the effort you put into thinking and searching as your payment for my knowledge.
Tá.
What the...
Ih,
It's
rapaz.
absolutely right about everything. Oh, I'm starting to feel guilty now. I can't deny any of it. But I'm running out of time. Oh, what should I do?
Tá me dando pena, hein? Parou o jogo.
Pare imediatamente.
Vamos procurar a resposta.
Huh? I could tell you're a very kind person, but I never expected that you'd go this far to help me. I'll definitely think of a way to make it up to you once I take care of my thesis.
Se preocupa com isso não.
Okay, let's start by looking at the hint it left us. It should be on the second page. The first clue lies hidden on the road of wisdom. The headstrong child finally sees the world for how big it truly is, filled with awe, yet struck with fear. That's it? Not even a picture or any other marking to go off of. This is pretty abstract. What's this road of wisdom and who's the child?
Sabedoria provavelmente é a academia?
Possibly. That sounds like a natural conclusion. So, is the road of wisdom the road that leads to the academia then?
Eu não entendi muito bem o... Entendi muito bem essa dica, mas é
Wait,
um caminho que dá pra
I
seguir.
think I get what it means by the child and awe and fear. When I first left home, it took me days to reach Sumeru City. I was completely shocked when I first saw it with my own eyes. It was so grand and awe-inspiring. Pictures of the city simply don't do it any justice.
Então a Layla ela não é da cidade de Sumério, eu achei que ela era.
After seeing the city, a thought popped into my head. Am I really worthy of this place?
E esse era o seu medo?
Worry, fear, or whatever you want to call it. If I'm connecting the dots correctly, then I think I know where the Seelie is leading us. But how does it know my feelings so well?
Talvez ela não esteja falando sobre você, ou as pessoas que vêm para a cidade de algum outro lugar também devem se sentir da mesma forma. Eu acho que essa aqui faz mais sentido.
You have a point. There's nothing special about my background or experiences. It could be anyone's. Anyway, let's go take a look.
Eu tô pensando em trazer outros tipos de vídeo aqui no canal. Sei lá, talvez alguns vídeos de Roblox ou League of Legends. Tem o vídeo da elegia ainda pra editar. Tem o jogo do Silas pra jogar. Tem muita coisa pra fazer ainda.
Oh, we should be close. This is the way I came when I first traveled to Sumeru City. Aw, it's been way too long since I last visited home. No, this isn't the time for that kind of talk. We have to hurry and find the clues that the Seelie left behind.
Mas a mar é muito grande, não é não?
It is. Relying solely on what the Seelie said might not be viable. Assuming the Seelie is intentionally linking the clues to my past, I think I have an idea.
Pois diga. Pode falar.
So this is a little embarrassing. At that time, the sight of Sumeru City was absolutely mesmerizing. I was anxious, but also excited about all the things to come. I was distracted and accidentally stepped on a video leopard's tail.
Nossa, coitado. O preço da distração.
I didn't notice it at all. The poor thing was sound asleep, and after I stepped on its tail, it bolted straight up. I freaked out and ran as fast as I could.
Coitada da Layla.
There were actually more video leopards sleeping nearby, and they were all faster than me.
Nossa.
I almost got bitten a couple of times.
Nossa, eu vou visitar a cidade pela primeira vez. Que tipos de aventura será que eu vou experienciar? Ela foi logo e já quase morreu várias vezes.
Good thing someone from the Eremites heard me shouting for help. They managed to scare off the leopards. Yeah, but when I finally managed to calm myself down, I noticed that the talisman my mother had made for me was missing. It's extremely precious to me. Ever since I was little, I would always carry it with me whenever I'm doing something important. I also had it with me when the academia conducted its selection exam at my village. I checked my bag at least a dozen times to make sure the talisman was in there. I feel much more at ease knowing that I have it with me. I had thought that it would also help me calm my nerves in Sumeru City, but I ended up losing it before I even finished registration at the academia.
A paz de espírito que ele te dava deve ser insubstituível.
Yeah, and that's when I started having sleeping problems. I just began to sleep less and less each day. Losing a talisman like that is definitely a bad omen.
Mal agouro? Oxe, que é isso? Fiquei curioso, peraí, deixa eu pesquisar aqui rapidão. Aqui, ó. Mal agouro significa mau pressentimento ou mau sinal. E terá a intuição de que algo ruim vai acontecer. Entendi.
Oh, sorry. I'm starting to ramble again. What were we talking about before? All right. Why the Seelie led us here. I think we should look around where the Avidia leopards attacked me. If the Seelie is trying to make me remember things that happened in the past, it would make the most sense for it to hide clues in memorable locations. Oh, hope the Seelie's clue wasn't also torn to shreds by Video leopards.
Vamos procurar primeiro.
Yeah, that's the only way we'll know for sure. Sure enough, it's here, and in a really obvious place. That pretty much confirms my hunch about the Seelie's intentions.
Parece que ela te conhece muito bem.
I don't know, but how did it know about all these details? I've hardly told anyone about this stuff. It's not hiding somewhere and spying on me, is it? Oh, that's a scary thought. Anyway, let's look at the clue we found.
Se ela estiver fazendo isso, é meio assustador mesmo.
Seems like you haven't forgotten about your very first failure.
Primeira falha.
See? It knows everything.
Isso parece meio, sei lá, parece meio vago. Como assim?
I have no idea what's going on. No wonder the Seelie is becoming legendary. Let's keep reading the clue. I've placed the second clue where heaven meets water. The answer, seemingly amongst the stars, was ultimately washed to some unremarkable place downstream.
Tá.
Just as I thought. It's something to do with me again.
Como assim tem a ver com você de novo?
If the first clue was any indication, then the location described in this clue should also be related to my life experiences.
Tá.
Most Ratawa's research is related to studying the stars. My own thesis work often requires me to go in the field and collect astrological data. And, let's just say there's another devastating and unforgettable failure I had.
Pensar sobre essas coisas só tá piorando tudo pra você.
But that can't be helped, right? We do many things not because we want to, but because we have to.
Pior que isso é verdade.
Let's keep moving. It might be hard to believe, but being out and about is making me feel a lot better than usual.
Ali os dois cogumelos. Tem que fazer missão com eles ainda também.
We're here. That's the spot. That's where I performed my first field observation after enrolling at the academia. I borrowed some equipment from the school and came here on a perfectly clear day. Everything was ready to go and I was positive that I'd be able to get some great data. But the equipment was a little heavy and I didn't notice that the ground was muddy and some spots were unstable. After I finished setting up everything, part of the ground suddenly shifted and my equipment started teetering over. I rushed over to grab hold of it, but I ended up tripping over another piece of equipment. The next thing I knew, everything was covered with muddy water. Me and all my equipment.
Lá. Só acontece coisa ruim com a Layla também, velho. Tá parecendo a Narida.
You must be wondering
Tadinha.
how someone can be so clumsy.
Somos todos suscetíveis a cometer erros quando não descansamos bem.
Thank you for understanding. If I were the one complaining about not being well rested, it would just sound like an excuse. It's a vicious cycle. The less I sleep, the more mistakes I make. The more mistakes I make, the harder it is for me to sleep.
E você se machucou no processo?
I just got a minor fracture, so I had to rest at Bimarstan for a while.
Uma pequena fratura. Ah, tá.
To pay off the damages to the equipment, I took some part-time jobs. I just went to work whenever I couldn't sleep. It took me forever to pay off what I owed.
Não me diga que a sua insônia piorou depois disso.
Bingo. The pressure from my studies and debt was crushing me, and I didn't want to tell my family about any of it. After all, I am the legendary Layla who made it into the academia at a young age. Oh, and had never failed an assignment in her life.
Que título é esse que te deram, moça? Estão botando muita pressão em você, coitada. Você nunca pensou em tirar uma folga?
Of course. I've even considered giving up on my studies completely and returning home to help care for the Sumter beast, but that would be kind of embarrassing.
Não, moça, você não é parar, é você tirar uma folga. É diferente.
I don't mean that I'd be embarrassed in front of others. I mean that I'd be ashamed of myself. After all, everything I've done up till now is only a result of my own decisions. Although, it hasn't always been smooth sailing, and sometimes things don't go my way. I made it this far on my own. There haven't been any major incidents with my studies, and I even managed to pay off the equipment damages. But I guess I'm exaggerating a bit. Most of it is still due to the help of some unknown person rather than my own work.
Pô, eu tô me sentindo mal, velho. Meu Deus. Seus pais se sentiriam mal se soubessem porque eu tô sentindo mal. Lendo essa aqui, eu tô me sentindo muito mal.
And that's exactly why they mustn't ever find out. Once I finally manage to acclimate to life in Sumeru City, I'll show them my success. Oh, I hope that day will come eventually. Anyways, let's continue looking for the next clue. It should be around here somewhere. An unremarkable place downstream was the description. That place downstream could be somewhere close by.
Tá aqui na nossa frente, moça, ó.
Here, it's over here. Good thing it's dry. I was worried the message might be wet. Let's see. Have you found it? The unremarkable place downstream. Well, of course. How else could I be reading this message? Seriously. I've placed the third hint at a crossroad without a cross. You can turn left or right, but turning back shouldn't be an option.
Coloquei uma terceira pista numa encruzilhada sem um cruzamento. Você pode virar para a esquerda ou para a direita, mas voltar não é uma opção. Tá ficando meio vago, né?
They're actually getting clearer for me. I was sort of expecting this even before I read the message. I don't know if the clues are following a timeline or if they're based on the amount of regret I have. Either way, this incident was bound to come up sooner or later.
É como se ela estivesse mirando em você.
Would someone really go to all this trouble just to pull off some prank? I can't make heads or tails of it. Anyway, just follow me. I'll save the story for when we get there. This is the place that immediately came to mind when the hint mentioned a crossroad. I came here to conduct some astrological observation once. Everything went smoothly on the way, and I thought I was starting to get used to life at the academia. But just as I was about to set up the observation equipment, I heard a strange sound coming from nearby. I made my way here and discovered a bunch of bandits robbing someone. They were a group of treasure hoarders, and the family that was being mugged looked completely helpless. They definitely wouldn't have been able to escape, and simply handing over their Mora might not have been enough to make the bandits go away.
Aí você queria ajudar, mas não conseguia?
Not exactly. I already had a vision by that time. Someone with a vision should technically be really powerful, right? Handling a group of treasure hoarders should be well within my abilities. However, I didn't know how to channel the power of the elements to fight at that time, and I was super scared. I wielded immense power, but I didn't feel any stronger than just an ordinary person.
E o que aconteceu?
Then I ran away. I scrambled towards Sumeru City looking for help. Eventually, I managed to return with a few adventurers I ran into along the way. It took longer than I had hoped, and by the time we made it back here, the treasure hoarders and the family were gone. I don't know if the family only lost their belongings in the end, or if something worse happened to them. I faced a lot of problems after coming to Sumeru City, but this incident is one that I regret the most. I sat on the ground and began to cry. I could have stepped in to help that family. Would it have ended differently if I were just a little braver?
Você pensar primeiro antes de agir é um pouco importante, é importante também.
Thank you for trying to comfort me, but I can't stop myself from thinking that way. It's just as the Seelie said. Turning back shouldn't be an option. However, I can't help but think about running away whenever I'm faced with a challenge.
Bom, a Seelie provavelmente quer fazer mais do que apenas te criticar pelo passado. Por que você não tenta bater de frente com o seu desafio?
You're right. The more challenging it gets, the harder I should try. I'm feeling calmer now. Okay. Let's go look for more leads nearby.
Será que eu tô indo bem?
We're probably getting close now. Let's search this area.
Eu não sinto que eu tô indo bem, não. Os corações ali só estão aumentando.
Here it is, just as I thought. The Seelie must have placed it here in advance. Let's see what we have this time. Whatever it is, I'm ready.
Tá. E o que essa imagem significa?
It's a picture?
E dessa vez não é uma charada?
Guess not. This house looks like it's in Vimara village. Does the Seelie want us to go there?
É a última parada na nossa jornada.
I can't think of any connection I have with Vimara village, though.
Foi bem sem
I've only been
graça.
there once, and it was pretty uneventful. Whatever the case, the only way we'll know is if we go there.
Apenas se lembre de não se esforçar demais.
Thanks, but I'm fine. I'm used to pushing my limits. I know how far I can go. Let's see. This should be the place. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Maybe the Seelie didn't prepare anything for us this time. Or does it want us to knock on the door first? If we're wrong about this, it'll be super awkward.
Constrangedor, se acalma.
You're right. I can't always be like this. Sometimes it's better to take action than overthink every little thing.
Você está certa. Vamos lá.
Hello? Is anyone home?
Coming! Just a moment. Oh, it's you, Layla. How nice of you to stop by again.
Do you know me?
That's no way to greet a friend. Of course I know you.
Como assim?
Is this a friend of yours? Or perhaps a classmate?
A friend. I'm having a little trouble with my thesis and we happened to be passing by.
Quem é essa pessoa?
I don't know either. I don't even know where to begin.
Deve ser alguma amizade que ela fez enquanto ela tava sonâmbula.
I recognized him immediately. He's one of the people that was getting robbed by the treasure hoarders. But he shouldn't know anything about me. He shouldn't even know who I am.
Bom, você disse que veio pra vila uma vez, não foi?
Yeah, but that was before the robbery. I was just passing through. Even if he saw me, he wouldn't know who I am. He didn't notice me during the robbery.
Is something the matter?
I appreciate your kindness, but I really can't remember how we met. I'm sorry.
So you aren't joking?
Você não tá brincando.
Do you still remember when my family and I were being robbed by a gang of treasure hoarders?
Yes, but I don't think I was of much help to you all.
How so? You told us everything yourself the last time we met.
Como assim?
My family and I were surrounded by treasure hoarders, and I didn't know what to do. But then, we heard people approaching in the distance. Those treasure hoarders were the first to hear them coming, and started to flee the moment they sensed the situation wasn't going their way. They didn't even bother taking anything with them.
Então foi assim que a situação se desenrolou.
I wasn't sure what had happened, but the treasure hoarders were scared off. I immediately grabbed my wife and child and got out of there.
Oh, I see. I'm so glad that you and your family were unharmed.
I thought it was a party of adventurers that happened to pass by, but later you told me that you had spotted us and ran to find help. You were amazing. You managed to keep a level head even in the midst of danger. I know you have a vision, so those treasure hoarders wouldn't have been a match for you. But they might have harmed me and my family if their backs were pushed against the wall.
Wait, that's not exactly what happened. I still regret not helping out sooner.
A carinha da Layla.
Anyway, when did I come here last? I don't seem to remember.
It's been some time, but not too long ago. I don't recall exactly when. What's wrong?
Nope. I'm sorry. I still can't seem to remember, even after everything you've told me. Maybe I'm just under too much pressure.
You came over and ate with us, and you played games with my son. If only we had taken a picture.
Ué? Ela tava sonâmbula, 100%.
Oh, you forgot a package here from that visit. You'll definitely remember once you see it. Wait here, I'll go fetch it.
A package? I left a package here? Wait, this is it.
É o talismãzinho dela, que bonitinho.
This is the talisman that I lost, the one that my mother made for me.
É o mesmo que você perdeu?
Yes, this is definitely it. She made it herself. It's the only one of its kind. There's also a letter here. Was I planning to send it to someone? Let's see who the recipient is. To Layla?
Pra Layla? Estou assumindo que você não tem o costume de escrever cartas pra si mesma, não é?
No. I swear I've never done anything like that. What is going on?
O que tá acontecendo?
Let's open it and see what this is all about. Hello, Layla. It must have been quite the endeavor to follow the Seelie's hints all the way here. Self-reflection is a wonderful quality to possess, but you'll only end up hurting yourself if you overdo it. Failure is a stranger to no one. The purpose of self-reflection is not to indulge in the pain of failure, but to succeed in your next attempt. If you're reading this letter, then you have succeeded in taking the first step. On the back of this letter is the core information that your thesis is lacking. It's actually been done for a while now. It only feels inconclusive because it's missing a concise summary to tie it all together. I hope that this journey has provided insight for your life ahead. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you courage as you carry onward and hope that you fulfill the expectations you hold.
As palavras bonitas, né? Confesso que eu tava precisando, que eu também tava precisando ouvir isso alguns dias atrás.
Always watching over you. Sincerely, the wisdom Seelie. Oh. I thought we were going to fail. I thought that everything we did and all the time we spent was for nothing. But the Seelie wasn't messing with me after all.
Para pensar, será que você não é essa pessoa, a Seelie da Sabedoria?
I doubt it. I mean, unless I somehow came here while I was unconscious and don't remember it. Although, having said that, I have heard rumors claiming that I sleepwalk a lot. But even then, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm actually the wisdom Seelie. It could have just helped me while I was sleepwalking.
Bom, de qualquer forma, a gente tem certeza de que tem algo a ver com a sua bênção lá, né?
I'll write back and ask to meet with the
Opa,
Seelie
diminuiu.
and see how it responds. Even though I still have a lot of questions, this experience was fruitful enough. If it wasn't for your encouragement, I probably would have quit halfway through and holed up in
Coitada.
academia somewhere. Perseverance really does pay off.
I'm not sure if I understand what has happened, but it's something good, right?
Verdade, né? Tinha um cara aqui, a gente conversando ali, tem o cara. Que diabos tá acontecendo aqui, hein? Oxi.
Yes, it's something really, really good, and I'm very thankful for it.
Well then, since you're already here, why don't you stay and have something to eat? We just finished preparing some food. Come on, don't be a stranger. Your friend should join us as well. You can leave your troubles until after the meal. You must relax and gather your strength so you can take on the challenges ahead. Am I right?
É, ele tá certo.
Alright, thank
Opa,
you
zerou
all.
aqui.
I can do this.
Zerou, nice. Ah, que bonitinha essa foto.
Que coisa mais linda!
O preço a se pagar e seu retorno. Desejo para você coragem para seguir em frente e espero que você consiga alcançar as expectativas que possui. Ah, que bonitinho. Ah, esse foi muito bonito, cara, gostei. Os caminhos são bem longos, hein? Ah, é um final de 6?
Ih, rapaz.
Meu amigo. Lascou. Vamos parar a busca e descansar um pouco?
But what about my thesis? We still haven't found the Seelie's answer yet.
É, a sua saúde é mais importante do que a sua tese.
Sorry for causing you so much trouble. Alright, I actually
Vamos dar uma relaxada.
Como assim? Não entendi. Much stamina. I've been stressed this whole time and I feel exhausted. I'm really sorry.
Procure um local próximo para descansar. Esse local próximo não tem teleporte. Beleza.
Let's stop here. I don't think I can walk any further.
Mauricio, I can't move it.
Te dá comidinha e um suquinho, moça. Toma.
Alright. I'm gonna give
Toma,
my
toma,
legs
toma,
a
toma.
rest. I'll be waiting for you here. I feel bad for making you go through so much trouble for me. Oh, if only I were more capable.
Somos todos habilidosos em coisas diferentes.
I'm sorry. always find myself having to apologize. But enough of that. I need to pull myself together. The memories I've been reminded of are all really taxing. I cannot just give up this time, even if my head's not in a good place. Letting these heavy feelings get the best of me will only slow us down. Watch out! Behind you!
Ué,
Monster!
que susto, mano.
Ahead of them too. Why didn't we see them coming?
Deixa comigo.
No, I'll fight too.
Ah, carinha de determinada dela, que fofa. Você precisa descansar.
But I want to help. I can't just sit back and watch you while you fight. Don't worry, I can handle myself. I mustn't keep repeating my past regrets. That's the most valuable lesson I've learned today. I should take action when I'm needed and give it my all when the moment calls. If you miss those opportunities in life, you may never get another chance to make up for them. I suppose that's fate.
Acho que entendi.
Let's take them all down.
Vamos lá, vamos lá, vamos lá. Acabar com os bichos. Ah, eu tô testando ela. Roubaram minha Layla. Jogo desgraçado.
Alguns momentos depois.
Easy peasy, Laylinha.
I really need to keep up with my training. It's embarrassing to be out of breath so quickly like this.
Está bem, moça?
Well, the only appropriate response would be to say that I'm fine, right? I'm pale due to lack of sleep, not because of the fight. But then again, I know you'd be able to see right through those words. I'm feeling weak.
Ela tá se sentindo pálida desde o festival de sei lá quantas semanas atrás. Pô, lá ela vai dormir.
I'm just happy I didn't get in your way during the fight. Oh, thanks for the compliment. I sure don't get to hear that often. Although I may not be physically strong, my will is as resilient as they come. I'll be fine after I rest for a bit.
Parece que o jeito que ela fala muda a cada coraçãozinho que tem aqui, né? Quanto menos coração tem, parece que ela fala mais, tipo, só com a voz cansada e tal. Mas aí quando vai aumentando, parece que ela fala com uma voz mais desesperada, sabe? Não sei se é isso que eu tô sentindo.
It shouldn't take long.
Opa, acabou? Ah, que imagem bonita! Apesar da sua fraqueza, ela escolheu se erguer. Talvez queira provar algo ou talvez não queira ter arrependimentos. Legal. Tá, vamos lá que são 6 finais. Eu quero tentar fechar isso ainda hoje. Esse monte de ícone aqui, cara, na moral, mano. Que bagulho chato, velho.